Hi guys, it's Dr. Shaw. I just want to give you a quick update about edibles and tincture. So edibles come in a marked outer package. The inner package is rarely marked, so you're going to have to find some way to keep track of what you bought if you plan to take it out of the original packaging. This is about the size of the average edible. It's big enough to cut into halves or quarters if you need to, right? And I always suggest start slow and then build up from there. The important thing to know is that it's a very long onset of action. What that means is after you eat your edible, it will take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours before it becomes effective. So don't fall for the old, 20 minutes later it's not working, I'll have another one. You don't want to do that. You'll regret it. Right? So it takes, on the short side, truly 45 minutes. Some of the nano edibles take effect in maybe 20 or 30 minutes. But the average is 1 to 2 hours before it becomes effective. And once it's in for a good 8 to 10 hours, right? So once you take it, you're stuck with whatever the outcome is. It's hard to, control. Once you eat the edible, that's it. There's nothing more to do. So as far as a recommendation for edibles, I think the best time or the easiest way to use the edible is at night for insomnia, pain, anxiety. You take it maybe 2 hours before bed, and then by the time your bedtime rolls around, you're nice and tired, you go to sleep, and that's it. You wake up, God willing, feeling refreshed. And that is the long and short of the edibles. Moving on to tincture, the child-proof bottle, it does take a little bit to get this open at times. Okay, so tincture comes in a bottle, usually 30 mLs, with a syringe that is pre-marked. I'm not sure how well you can see that there, but you can choose how much you want to use, and you can dispense it literally drop by drop. So what do you do with this? The best way to use the edible, to use the tincture, is under the tongue. You lift your tongue, you put the drops under your tongue, and then you hold it there for about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. And if anything is left after that, you can swallow. But here's the beauty of doing it that way. Doing it that way, drops under the tongue, you let it sit there, guess what? It goes right into the bloodstream, right? So you bypass that whole digestion issue that happens with the edibles. You don't have to wait 2 hours, is what the short version of that story is. You put the drops, you let it sit there 30 seconds. In about 20, maybe 30 minutes, it starts to become effective. And it should work for, let's say, 6 hours on average, okay? So the beauty of this, actually, the tincture, my recommendation would be to use this as maybe a micro dose, where you get small amounts throughout the day as you see fit. And who can tell you other than yourself? So you'd have to really do the trial and error. Try maybe 3 drops or 5 drops, see how that works for you, and then go from there, right? If it's enough, well, hey, there you go, you're done, you have your dose. If it's not enough, then you increase it to 7 drops, 8 drops, or you can use the measurement on the syringe to decide, okay, half, a quarter syringe, full syringe, you decide. Some people say they just can't tolerate the taste of the tincture, so what that means is they'll try to put it in something else, like a beverage. Just be sure it doesn't stick to the side of the glass when you do that. The tincture comes in two general forms. The traditional is an oil base, which is this. The second form may be an alcohol-based tincture, where it's water-based actually, and it's extracted using alcohol. So both have a particular taste. If people can't tolerate the taste, then they go ahead and put it in something else. But under the tongue is the purest way and the most efficient way to use the tincture. And again, how you use it depends entirely on what your needs are. All right, so bye for now.